Welcome to today's show. I'm your host, Christopher Calandra. This is the Simply Financial Podcast, and this is episode number 21 of season number 4. So today, let's cover the basics of Social Security retirement benefits. This is such a very important topic because Social Security makes up a large portion of retirement income for many Americans. So how much you receive depends on several factors, including how long you work, how much you earn, and what age you claim benefits. So over your working life, you pay Social Security taxes. On your W-2, it's going to show up as FICA, F-I-C-A. That stands for Federal Insurance Contributions Act. Of course, that sounds like something you would hear on a trivia game show or something like that. What does FICA stands for? Because almost no one is going to know what that stands for. In fact, I didn't know what it stood for until I researched it in preparation for this episode for you. So, good trivia question. You can earn up to 4 credits each year, so it's kind of on a quarterly calendar. Generally, you need 40 credits to be eligible for retirement benefits, which means you need at least a 10-year work history. What Social Security does is they calculate your retirement benefit based on the highest 35 years of earnings, and this is what they use to calculate your benefit at full retirement age, which we're going to talk a little bit about in a moment. What I also learned in preparation for this, and I don't think I actually knew this, is that they index the 35 years for inflation and come up with an up-to-date annual number based on inflation. So full retirement age is based on the year of your birth. For example, those born before 1955, the full retirement age is 66. If you were born after 1955, but before 1960, the full retirement age goes up by 2 months every year. So those born in 1956 have a full retirement age of 66 and 2 months of age. And then it goes from 66 and 2 months to 66 and 4 months. And that happens between 1956 and 1959. A little bit of a wrinkle there, but simply put, anyone born after 1960, the retirement age, the full retirement age is 67. You may know this, but you can receive benefits as early as age 62. If you collect benefits as early as age 62, your benefit is going to be permanently reduced. You're going to get less over the course of your lifetime. Common sense, though, on the other end of the spectrum is you conceivably will get benefits for a longer period of time because you started earlier. Roughly speaking, if you take benefits as early as you can at age 62, the benefit is reduced by about 25% compared to waiting to full retirement age. You also can delay benefits to as late as age 70. Then, instead of having a permanently reduced benefit, you'll have a permanently increased benefit. You will receive a higher amount of money for the remainder of your life. But also, that means that you had to delay getting benefits for several years, waiting until attaining age 70. Again, roughly speaking, the increase in benefit if you wait until age 70 is about 32% higher than full retirement age. You'll often hear people speak of it increasing by about 8% per year for every year that you wait. That's a good estimate. How much could you receive? I would recommend that if you're listening to this and you haven't claimed Social Security benefits yet, regardless of age, that you go to the Social Security website. It's ssa.gov. And at that site, you create something called My Social Security Account. Once that account is set up, the My Social Security account, you can view online your Social Security statement. That will give you a recording of your earnings that are going to be counted in the calculation for Social Security benefits, and it will give you benefit estimates on how much you could expect at different ages should you decide to collect Social Security, or when you collect Social Security. Let me just close out with the advice that when you collect Social Security benefits is a very personal decision. It depends on a multitude of factors. There's no one-size-fits-all decision. For many people, taking it early makes sense. For many others, taking it at full retirement benefit makes sense. And still others, it makes sense to wait until age 70. Again, there are an enormous number of factors. It's a very personal decision, as I said. We work with clients all the time to help them sort through the variables and to try and figure out what makes sense based on their situation, inclusive of their goals and objectives, their family history. Again, I probably should do an episode just on the variable factors that you want to consider when determining when to collect Social Security. But just know that it's a personal decision, and getting some advice from Social Security, from accountants, from financial professionals like me and the rest of the team here at Elliott Wealth Management probably makes a lot of sense to get questions answered, to try and figure out what a good plan is for you and your individual circumstances. And again, we bring a lot of expertise to the table when dealing with this very important topic. So if you're not a client of ours, or even if you are and you're considering when to collect Social Security, please reach out so that we could help you make a smart and informed decision that is right for you. You could get information about me and the team here at Elliott Wealth Management Services by visiting our website, www.elliottwealth.com. I always ask at the end of these episodes for you to subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already. And if you like the content, and hopefully you do, you could recommend a friend, coworker, family member to subscribe and check it out. I'd really appreciate it. I will be back with you very soon on the next episode of the Simply Financial Podcast. Thanks for taking a few minutes and listening today.
The views expressed are not necessarily the opinion of SagePoint Financial Incorporated and should not be construed directly or indirectly as an offer to buy or sell any securities mentioned herein. Investing is subject to risks, including loss of principal invested. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. No strategy can assure a profit nor protect against loss. Please note that individual situations can vary. Therefore, the information should be relied upon when coordinated with individual professional advice. Please note, the information being provided is strictly as a courtesy. When you link to any of the websites provided here, you are leaving this website. We make no representation as to the completeness or accuracy of the information provided at these websites, nor is the company liable for any direct or indirect technical or system issues or any consequences arising out of your access to your use of third-party technologies, websites, information, and programs made available through this website. When you access one of these websites, you are leaving our website and assume total responsibility and risk for your use of the websites you are linking to. Securities and advisory services are offered through SagePoint Financial Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Insurance services offered through Elliott Wealth Management, LLC, not affiliated with SagePoint Financial.